Hi there, Adam again from ALS Landscaping. This is a follow-up video from our mallard video, a short one I've just done reference the design video, the actual 3D video that's part of the design package. So this is essentially what I'm going to talk about now is the full process of what we do essentially from start to finish for a design, manage and build landscaping project. Again, this is a project that we completed in this summer, which is the summer of 2023, and we did the full package right from day one, assessing what the client wants, surveying the garden right the way through to putting the design together, executing the actual build and completing the build itself, which I'm going to talk through now. I'm going to show you some pictures and some information about how we did that. So if you're looking at getting your garden designed, it may be by us, it may be by someone else. This is something that you may find helpful. So this particular client was actually a neighbour of someone we'd done some work for over the road. So we'd been there over the road for probably about 5 weeks, just before Christmas of 2022, and we did the same over there. We designed their back garden, we constructed it, managed it, and put it together. So they were very confident in us straight away because they'd seen us working, nice, tidy sites. Spoken to the guys on site. Obviously we're always respectful for the neighbours, make sure the vans are out of the way. We always give out neighbours letters to everyone in the street, in the cul-de-sac in this case, just so the neighbours know who to come for if there's any problems. If there's a van parked in the way, if there's a grab lorry coming or a skip or something like that, they can always speak to us. We're really helpful with that. That's a big thing that we're really keen on, that all our guys are very approachable, and not just our clients but the neighbours have got somewhere to go to as well. You know, if there's an issue or if they're not sure about, or if they want work doing, we'll happily look at that as well. And this was the case in this particular project. So it was Andy that approached us first, asked me to come and have a look at his garden, and on this particular case it was a very bad install from a previous contractor. So if you have a look here, these are the sort of the before pictures, and the garden, although it's got some sandstone down, it was very basic. It wasn't constructed well at all. It was very lackluster. It wasn't a place that would essentially invite you or you want to spend time in there. And they didn't really spend any time in there at all. So what I did, we come up with a plan, and they wanted to go with our design package, our 3D design package, which we recommended for this particular project, and that's essentially what we did. So if I scroll down to the bottom here, if it will let me just flick that down. Right, so what the first part of the potential design is, we come up with a concept. So here, this is the concept. So you've seen the before pictures. This is essentially what we thought would work, and we can put it on a CAD and get that to some sort of state that it's not obviously it's not a full design. It's essentially a sketch, but we can present that. Then we can say, is this the right idea? So at this point now we can go one way or another. We can go, no, we don't like it. The client will say, you know, I don't like it all, Adam, or I want to change this, I want to change that, can we make that bigger or smaller? On this particular occasion, it hit the mark straight away. Clients loved the concept. It was similar but a lot different in a lot of ways to the previous garden, as you're going to see. So essentially we kicked straight on from the initial concept phase straight into the full design, and I will show you now where we got to with that design. So let's have a look at the elevation. So this is part of the design that shows the elevations and some of the measurements, and then we go to the full measurements. Again, this helps us present these to our guys on site as well. Essentially, this is what we're working to a scale set of plans. And then from there, a little bit more detail. Again, with a bit of colour in there. Again, just at each stage, it's getting more detailed in there, so everyone's on the full understanding what's going on in the garden. Again, by this point, we've fully discussed with the client exactly how it's going to work and what materials we're going to be using as well. And then we go to the full 3D design, which is here. As you can see, it's a very visual thing. So move me out of the way there. We've got the grassed area, we've got the porcelain area, we've got raised planters there stepping up in different heights. We've got a beautiful decking area, that's in millboard, and in this particular case an oak pergola with cedar screening. Evening aspects, so we can place the lighting in as well, so you can see where the lighting's going to go. And then you've got the overheads from different angles. Again, this allows you to visualize and see the garden from every angle possible. Again, your evening aspects with your lighting. Again, the lighting is a crucially important part of any garden design. It's all very well doing the daytime aspects, but the evening aspects are just as important. And then we get into a little bit more detail here, going through each individual area of the garden. And it just allows you to see what the garden can actually look like, when it's completed. So there we go. So we presented the design, invited the clients over to our office in Skellingthorpe in the Old Wood. That's actually where I am now. Spin the camera around so we can get it up on the big TV there, and make you a cup of coffee and or a cup of tea, and then we can essentially go through the design in a lot of detail. We can go through each one of these pictures. We can play the video that you've seen on the last video, and then we can talk about any potential issues, obstacles, extras, or things that need to be taken off. We'll also at that point present the quotation for the design as well, for the actual construction. Okay, so that again, there's the design, that's the image, and this is the reality. That's actually the garden once we've constructed it. That's an evening aspect of the garden, early evening. Very, very slight variations to the design. We decided to put a curved path in this one here, just to give it a bit more of a feature. As you can see there, we've got the cedar screening, we've got the porcelain planters, they're block work with porcelain clad. And this is the Brett Eden fawn porcelain. And yes, the dogs did steal the show. And we've got the oak pergola with the cedar screening. We've got the light in there as well. And we did a full planting plan with this one. We had our horticulturalists come in, have a site visit, have a talk with our clients, ask them essentially what they would like in their garden. One of the briefs from our clients was they weren't great gardeners. They didn't want to spend hours and hours and hours tendering a garden. So we come up with a plan that was relatively easy to look after. Just be aware, no garden is maintenance free. If anyone tells you that, they're talking absolute rubbish. You will have to put some effort into it. But when you're spending the sort of money that these guys are spending on a garden, it's an investment, and you will want to do that naturally. Okay, so let me just zoom out there a bit so we can see a few more of these. Hide me out the way in the corner there if I can. There we go. Okay, the dogs on this one were absolutely fantastic. Yeah, they were brilliant. And yeah, that is the garden in all its glory. And this is it under construction. There's the guys there fitting the artificial grass. We've got Steve there putting the millboard decking together. When he was putting it, he's also constructed the oak pergola, as you can see there. Lovely piece of kit that is, bespoke built for this particular job. Kenny there putting the cedar screening together. Steve's our installations manager, by the way. His background is timber works and large landscaping works, and he loves getting his hands on a bit of oak. So part of his job, as well as making sure going around all the teams are doing what they should be in a timely fashion and to a high standard, he also jumps on site as well and helps out. We've got Matt there just dressing some porcelain. Kenny cutting some planks down for us for the copings. We've got Callum there in the process of laying some of the porcelain as well. Part of the process as well of what we do is we plan everything. We plan it very well. So before we even get on site and get Craig, who's our dig out team leader, with his team, before these boys turn up, because he'll dig the job out. He dug that out 300 mil lower than what it is there. And then the install team comes in. So part of that process is the planning. So here we've got Steve filling out a project planner for the first week of the project. And before we even get the guys on site, what we will do is get them into the office, and we'll go through everything in fine detail. So here you can see me giving the guys a briefing on exactly what's going where in the garden, what to expect, what particular hazards there are, what the spec of the job is and what they're going to be doing. So and we'll spend a lot of time doing this, because there's nothing worse than turning up on site and having your contractors wander around for 3 days trying to get the bearings. You want people on site straight away, and within an hour they know exactly where everything is, because it's already upstairs. They've already looked at the plans. They know exactly they've already had a good brief, and they can hit the ground running. And essentially, that's what you want. You want continuity. You want smooth running of the projects. That's what we want, and that's what we present. And as the client, you want to have the confidence that these men and women that are turning up at your property are, one, they're going to look after it in a way that's suitable and respectful, and two, that they're going to do the job in the best timely fashion and to the highest standard they can, and present it in a way that they will. And in this particular project, we did that. So this one, we actually won an award for this. We came runner-up in Best Large Patio for Brett. Obviously, we're Brett approved installers. We're actually premier Brett approved installers. And that was a national competition. So to come out of that, we're out of 150 installers. I think it's actually over 200 now. That's an amazing achievement. We also won Regional Installer of the Year for 2023, which is another great achievement of us as well. And the last thing I want to show you is what you actually get for your design. What you'll get. So what we'll do is, once we've surveyed the garden, we will put the design together, and this is how it will be presented to you guys once you've been over to the office to see us. So we'll send you a Google link on our Google Drive, and essentially this is what you'll get. So you'll be able to download all these pictures. We'll print them off anyway for you, but you will have the digital versions here. And with the videos and everything that goes in it. So if I just bring up the PDF version, and if I come out of here, I should be able to show you the sort of before and afters. Let's wait for the internet. There we go. And there's a very clever little feature as well. You'll get all the PDF versions and the full HD versions as well. So you'll be able to see all these. This is a very clever feature that we've got. What it does, it enables you to look at the garden in a panoramic. Start again. This is a very clever feature we've got as well. So as well as the 3D video, the PDF versions of the design and the full HD version, we also provide you with a panoramic, let me get my teeth in right, panoramic view of the garden. So essentially you can get a smartphone or a tablet, you get your smartphone there. Essentially this QR code here, all you need to do is just take your camera to it, start viewer. Let's have a look, see if you can see that. Let's see if we can get it up. You just need to be logged onto the internet or a decent 4G, and there you go. So there is the panoramic view of the garden. So if you just stand in that point in the garden and turn that around, you can see up, down, left and right, and that's 360 degrees all the way around in the garden. It's a great feature. And you can stand in the garden, and essentially you can stand there. You can look at it. You can turn around, and you'll be able to see exactly how the garden's going to look when it's completed. And we normally do a couple of those, a day and an evening aspect. So when you do get your design, make sure you have a look at your garden in the panoramic view. So I'm going to wrap this video up now. I think that's long enough. Talked way too long. But what I do want to say is thank you for watching. If you are thinking about having your garden designed and constructed, and you are a resident or someone who lives in and around Lincoln or Lincolnshire, by all means, give us a call. Drop us a contact on the website, and we'll happily talk to you about what the process is and what we need to do to start that ball rolling. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you in 2024 for a brand new garden. Well, thanks again for watching, and I'm sure I'll catch you up on a video soon. Thank you.